Man, oh man, it does seem like they have finally admitted that the Xbox Rog Ally X is an Xbox. In fact, they just hate anything that is Xbox success. They just can't stand it. In fact, the fanboys caring just proves this is an Xbox. And so in this video, I'm going to show you just how desperate they are to try and prove that this isn't worthwhile, this isn't worth the money, and the fact that the US has this exponentially priced as opposed to everywhere else in the world due to tariffs is something that's dawned on these people as a revelation. But as we can see here with the first post, Shuhei Yoshida has already pre-ordered his Rog Xbox Ally X. Guy didn't waste any time because he does know great hardware when he sees it. But man, it's only going to get worse from here. So, you've got Oliver Darko over here. Paris Lily strikes again. And when you see the saw the leak, and in my opinion, it's doubtful that Asus ROG Ally will be $1,000. Now, obviously, this was posted, last edited, 14th July 2025. We're talking months ago. You know, before these crazy tariffs truly and spectacularly come in. But, you know, they're going to try and use whatever win that they can get to try and show this bad. But here is my question. If this isn't an Xbox, and they are sure that this isn't an Xbox, why are they even caring about a handheld PC and its price? Considering the WinPD 5 is about $1,500 up to $2,000 if you convert it to the US. You've even got the One X player, which can go up to £2,000, and of course that roughly converts about $2,500. They don't care about those ones, or the Lenovo Legion Go at $1,350, but they are hellbent on the one that isn't an Xbox at $1,000. Something doesn't add up, right? Something clearly doesn't add up. So you've got Noir over here who can't stop crying. He is the new Tim Dog and Peter Ovo. Xbox stop lying, challenge impossible. So something that Phil Spencer said back in November 2024, before tariffs were even a thing. And as I said here, man makes a statement in 2024, Trump pulls off tariffs, soaring prices in the US. Oh my god, the price is higher than we expected because market conditions, right? Especially in the US. I mean, the price of this device in the UK is $800, right? And that's inclusive of tax. So they can click the Asus ROG Ally. It's the same price as the Asus ROG Ally X, right? The original one, which the original one in the US was $900. So you can clearly see that there's been at least $100 increase just due to tariffs. But nope, they're not going to accept that. Phil Spencer is lying because this is an Xbox. Otherwise, why would they care what the price of an Asus ROG Ally X is, right? Why would they care what the price is if it isn't an Xbox? These guys are never going to live down these allegations that they truly believe that it's an Xbox, but want to portray themselves as saying that it is a PC and not an Xbox. Because no one would be going this gung-ho about these devices if it wasn't. You don't see anyone complaining about the Lenovo device or the One X player or the Aya Neo or anything else. No. These people are fixated on this because deep down they know that this is an Xbox, and that's what truly pisses them off. The fact that Xbox has released a handheld and Sony has yet to do so. Then we've got over here, so in the UK, both Asus UK and Currys in the UK sold out, including Xbox by the way, sold out in the stores. Argos as well sold out. So in the UK, this sold out very quickly in the morning. Of course, you've got Infinite Hero over here talking about the States when I'm clearly referring to the UK. And I'm pointing out over here that it's sold out. Even right now, it is still sold out. They don't have stock. In fact, Currys have reinitiated the store, saying that you can now get it for, you know, November, December. But the October launch is completely and utterly sold out here in the UK at $800. It's crazy, but they are still going to go on this tantrum that this is an Xbox, but it's not an Xbox, but it is, but it's not. I mean, they can't pick a lane, can they? It gets worse. Then you've got D-Match over here, who is probably the weirdest one of them all, because this guy is literally just trying to fund that blue badge. Oh shit, Samsung lied to me. I thought I was reading this on an S25 Ultra. Damn, my phone is an Xbox too. And Xbox fans wonder why they are laughed at. So here's the thing, this advertisement over here is already telling you what an Xbox is. Anything that has access to Game Pass is an Xbox. That is what this advert is telling you, right? Anything that has access to Game Pass or can use Game Pass is an Xbox. So the only people are laughing at right now is this guy's complete and utter retardedness. He is so stupid that there isn't enough adjectives out there that can actually describe just how dumb this guy is. And for someone that continually calls himself a tech wizard, my god, is he absolutely thick. Obviously, there's a part of me that believes that he's only doing this to grift, and if that's the case, he's even sadder than I actually thought he was. It continues though, right? Lol, the Rog Ally X is even more expensive than previously thought because of tariffs, right? You know, the whole economy in the US has gone to shit because of the tariffs. Things are godly expensive right now in the US, but you know what? Only this is the biggest standout problem. The fact that the Lenovo Go was $1,350, that's okay, folks. That's okay. What are you talking about? The fact that the WinPD5 is £2,000, that's okay, folks. That is definitely great value. The fact that the Iron Neo is over $1,000, that's okay, folks. That is definitely okay. But this one has the Xbox logo on it. So this one has to be laughed at because it is an Xbox. All these people are doing are reaffirming that all this time they've been lying and deceiving and being conniving, and to the fact that all this time that they've been saying that this is a PC, deep down they've known that it's an Xbox, and it eats at them. It truly does. You got this one over here, biggest, I'm not going to fully say that word. Bet this flops miserably and gets heavily discounted within a few months, and yet, or you know, in certain parts of the world like the UK, it's already sold out. Certain stores in the US sold out. Best Buy didn't. They're still going strong. I guess their allocation was quite high, but you know, a lot of stores sold out around the world, which is great. Great news, right? That's exactly what you want. But this one over here was really weird. Small supply available, giving the false indication. So I turned around and asked Mooch, because Mooch is usually full of crap, right? If you watch his podcasts, that guy literally talks so much rubbish about Xbox, and so he lies so much and bends the truth so much that it's almost disturbing to watch, right? And the fact that so many people watch him openly lying to his community is crazy. But so I decided to challenge him. How do you know? Are you pulling this information out from your ass like you do everything else? Because that is essentially what I think of his podcast. Because let me give you an example. They say Game Pass is bad. It's bad for the industry. Yet every single one of that panel has Game Pass. That's the first red flag. Then they all celebrate that they don't buy games because it's on PlayStation Plus and they don't need to buy the games because they can play it on PlayStation Plus. But Xbox Game Pass, bad. So not only are they subscribed to Game Pass and use it to play Xbox games, but they also subscribe to PS Premium and whatnot and play the games on there so they don't have to buy it as well, but that's okay. Do you see the hypocrisy here from this guy? It's crazy. So I asked him. He goes, okay, buddy, do you know how many they sold? It's not down to me to prove how many they sold. He's the one that made the audacious claim on there being short supply, so prove to me that there is. Otherwise, you're just making it up and pulling this information out of your ass, exactly like you do with 99% of your content on your stream. Even he comes along. For what purpose, Just said? Even a small supply selling out is an indication of sales exceeding expectations. The problem is, though, it's eating at these guys. It's eating at them that this is an Xbox and it's out and it's selling and it's doing better than expected. Obviously, the marketing push has been great. Obviously, Asus has relied a lot on the Xbox brand factor to help shift these units, and it's working. Now, I'm not saying this is going to sell 40, 50 million. I'd be surprised if it actually, in the end, sold 10 million. But I suspect it will potentially outsell the Steam Deck, which is around 3 million, especially with just the marketing push it's getting. And it's eating at them. But here's the question again. Why are they caring if this isn't an Xbox? It's just a PC, right? So they can charge for this whatever they want. But yet they do, because all of this finally proves that they admit that this is an Xbox. And the fact is, the only reason they have so much hate for this device, whether it's D-Batch, Mooch, or whoever you want to call, it's because it has an Xbox logo. If it didn't, they wouldn't even be talking about it. Literally not even talking about it, which proves it is an Xbox. Hydex, we're not going to grow the market with $1,000 consoles. Well, I thought this was the PC. For all this time, they've said that this was a PC, right? It's a handheld PC. But now, it's a handheld console, and now it's an Xbox. Can you see how their flip-flopping is so bad that they make Tim Dog look good? That's how bad this is. They're making Tim Dog look good. Mate, these are the biggest flip-floppers in the industry. They put Fish to shame. Jay Barry is another one. This one is just a pure grifter. Nintendo Switch 2 is better than the Xbox Rog LIX. I mean, PlayStation Portal is better. I mean, can you see how much this has hurt them? Like, this has hurt them on a deep, personal, mental level, to the point where they don't even know what they're talking about anymore. They're throwing out any form of garbage to try and make themselves feel better because Xbox put out a piece of hardware that actually is really damn good and does what it says on the tin. It's crazy, right? It's absolutely crazy. You got the generic Eric. Bill really was out here saying we won't grow the console market with $1,000 consoles. Then release it. I thought it was a handheld PC. Wasn't all of these people advocating that this was a handheld PC, him included? So now the ROG Xbox LIX is a console. So either they aren't looking to grow the market, or the ROG Xbox LIX isn't a console, like we've been saying. So why even comment? Why even comment? There's no reason for you to even comment on this. It's crazy. It's crazy. But they are so intently hurt by Xbox releasing hardware, and they're so threatened by it because now they have fully admitted. I mean, all this tells me is that they admit that the ROG Xbox LIX is an Xbox. And the definition of what an Xbox is has naturally changed over time. It's no longer confined to the box that it is. So it is pretty much where Game Pass is. If Game Pass is on a piece of hardware, that is regarded as an Xbox in Microsoft's eyes. That is why mobile phones are an Xbox, because you can have xCloud on there via Game Pass Ultimate. So as you can see, this is what they're talking about. It's mental. If the ROG LIX is an Xbox, why won't it play GTA 6 day one? Asking for a friend. So I'm going to play devil's advocate here, right? So, if I've got an Xbox ROG LIX, and then I remote into my Xbox and play GTA 6, I am technically playing it on my Xbox ROG Ally, right? I mean, if someone comes up to me and says, "What are you playing?" and I say, "I am playing GTA 6 on my Xbox Rog Ally X," I am still technically playing it on there, right? So, yes, I will be able to play it day one. Sure, there is going to be a little hoodwink there, but no one put any restrictions in place. So technically, yeah, I will be potentially using my Xbox Rog Ally X to play GTA 6 day one. So if you're asking for a friend, trying to think you're smart, well, you're not really that smart. You're not really that clued in. You're more clueless than clued in. And then Doc Dark released this. This was beautiful. This was majestic. LMAO, they so mad. Mad at stupidity? Xbox. I mean, this guy literally is just trying to be everywhere. Like, he hates Xbox so much that he just can't stand anything Xbox being successful. But wait, it's not an Xbox, right? It's a handheld PC. So why do they care? Ah, because they finally admit it is an Xbox. That's the point. They are all admitting that the Xbox Rog Ally X, or the Xbox Rog Ally, is an Xbox. By them being this defensive about it, they fully admit that it is. Otherwise, there is literally no reason for them to even care about this device. But they do, and it bothers them, and it hurts them. What's even bothering them more is the fact that you'll be able to play PlayStation games on this with the Xbox logo on this device, meaning that an Xbox is going to play all those sweet, sweet PlayStation games. It just gets better. You are a moron, it's not an Xbox. And yet, why do they care then? Why do you care if it's why do you care if it's not? Because deep down you know that it is an Xbox. I know, it hurts them a lot. It hurts them a lot. It does. It really does. And you know, good on Doc Dark. That's not nice, D. Why is it not an Xbox? Stop being mad. The greatness. For 6 months, PlayStation fanboys like this one have been saying it's not an Xbox console because it doesn't play all your Xbox games. Microsoft Gaming CEO, to reach new players, we need to be creative and adaptive of new business models, new devices, new ways of success. Why suddenly is it an Xbox again? Because it's $1,000? I mean, love what you want, but can you donkeys at least be consistent in your bullshit? And I said, you can't fix stupid, because with Zubitech, you literally cannot fix stupid. It's the one thing you truly can't, and that camp over there has an abundance of it. So much so that they even don't know what to do with the amount of stupid seeping through. Worst part, they think they have a gotcha, when in reality, they've just made themselves look like the dumbest camp ever in 2025. I mean, they keep turning around and saying that the Xbox fans are dumb this and dumb that, yet they've just fully admitted by the way they've reacted, by the way they've been acting, by the way that they've tackled this, that A, this device is an Xbox. They hate anything that is a success for Xbox. And the fact that they're caring, again, like I said, proves that this is an Xbox. They're not doing this for, you know, Lenovo or Ioneo or WinPD, only for this device, which proves it is an Xbox, because that is the only reason they care. And then you've got this, lol, even more expensive. We've already covered this, but this just summarizes everything that I've been saying. The fact that they are so hell-bent on trying to stop people buying this device and not stop people buying devices that are more expensive, right? They're not stopping people or telling people not to buy the WinPD, which is $2,000, or, you know, the Lenovo, which is like $1,400. They're okay with people spending $2,000 on a handheld device, but because this one has the word Xbox on it, it eats them alive. It bugs them. It hurts them. It triggers them. And so for that reason, and that reason alone, they admit, even though they won't fully say it out loud, they admit by their actions that this device here is an Xbox. Let me know what you think in the comment section below, folks. Stupidity comes in all shapes and sizes. Unfortunately, on this day, there was just way too many for me to put in this video. But hey, who knows? Maybe there'll be a part 2 to this. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Let's have that discussion, and I'll see you in the next one. Remain legend.